guys, before we kick any of this off, need to do a quick reminder. As always, give me a thumbs up. But there is going to be a lot more heavy usage of my social medias like Instagram and Snapchat going forward. So if you are not following me in those places, I recommend you do so. They are going to be a lot more active going forward. Okay? Just do that now. This is the end, my only friend, the end. Father, yes, I'm going to kill you. Hey, what's up, guys? Also not clickbait today, video title. So, I've learned some things in the last 500, 600 days of doing daily videos, and that's that largely, you don't have a lot of leftover time. There are things that I must do every day, and that's work, except on the weekends, sometimes on the weekends, and be a father. And then I kind of like injected the daily vlogs into there as something I had to do, have to do. What that prevents me from doing is getting better at anything else that's unrelated to those things, including the projects that I have. So with the editing and the video capture and the taking different shots and the different angles and the etc. and the etc., it really is a full-time job. Like you really should have more time to do this, and I don't. There's some things brewing here in my career at work and all that goodness that is going to take over a lot of extra time, and I'm just not going to be able to continue it. What does that mean? Well, it means that I get to focus more on the ham radio crash course. It means that I get to focus on doing live events, maybe once or twice a week, and that we still do mukbangs. The reality is that the vlogs are more of a passion project for me, and I enjoy them, but they've never been very popular. My evergreen content, as I've said the term evergreen content many, many times, is still very much more popular, and that's the ham radio crash course. Anything where it's a how-to or something that lives on its own, that somebody could do a Google search and find my video, they're immensely more popular than my blog. I'm not really a personality that draws in a lot of people as a a crowd pleaser, right? There are people who like to hear me rant, and that's kind of a unique thing. But as far as just seeing my day-to-day life, it's not any more interesting than a lot of other people. I just didn't care. I'll always do whatever it is I want to do and be damned what other people think. So anyway, most likely we're gonna take the vlog through my birthday, which is coming up here, and then we will not do the vlogs, and we will continue to do the mukbangs most likely on the weekend. And we will splash in live events, and finally I get to focus on the ham radio crash course, because, and there's a turn I want to make, and I tried to do a little bit of that for the emergency video, is that there's kind of a narrative I want to do. I want to do an overarching narrative that talks about ham radio, particularly in the emergency videos. That's actually like a fictional story. And I can't do that if I'm doing daily vlogs. There's just no way. There's no way that I have the free time and the latitude to do that. So, I'm both sad and happy at the prospects of this. I think that it's going to allow me to produce better condensed content than just lots of okay content. So, we will leave it at that. We're still vlogging though, so what am I doing the rest of today? I don't know if I'm doing that much today. Well, maybe a boring vlog. Before getting on with my weekend here, since it's no work tomorrow, which is awesome, 980, we're gonna take a little detour through Torrance, which is on my way home, and we're gonna go to Torrance Electronics. I need to pick up a couple of capacitors, and what else? I need an electrolytic mic, although I don't really need that. I have one already that I can just reuse. And I think I'm just gonna get, like, I need some tuning pots and just all kinds of stuff. We're just gonna get a little smattering of, we're gonna take a little recipe of projects that I've got that I wanna do, and we're just gonna see if we can knock them all out at Taurus Electronics. Should be fun. I'm not exactly sure how I got to $80 so quickly, but this is a big heavy bag of stuff, so I'm gonna go with that. That's probably why. Leia's pretty crazy busy right now, so I'm electing to take the kids on a walk, pick up dinner, and walk it back, give her a bit of free time. Let's do a quick walkthrough on what I picked up today. This is a P.O Box. I didn't pick it up today, but this is what I'm going to keep most of my electronic components in. I'm going to buy a couple more of them just so that I have a good way of keeping everything organized. First thing, I picked up a solder cleaner. Now, I know most of you have seen those sponges before, but these solder cleaners are really good too because you don't have to worry about sponges and getting them wet and all that stuff. It's got a nice heavy base. Very good. This is a AC-DC or AC-AC adapter. This is a transformer, so we call it. Right? It's gonna convert. What are we doing? Yeah, anyway. I'm gonna crack this thing open so that I can make a power supply out of it, adjustable power supply. That will be a project in the future. Alright, my bag of goodies here. This is a trim pot tool, plastic screwdriver trim pot. So there's a thing called a trim pot. So this is a trim pot. It's a little screw capacitor, and it's adjustable. We're going to use that on one of the kits, not kits, but things that I'm going to build. This is an alcohol pumper deal. Put alcohol in it for cleaning up electronic components. A bunch of LEDs. Gotta have LEDs. I bought some proto boards here. These are breadboard matching proto boards. So if you prototype something on a breadboard, you can then convert it over to a proto board very easily, and you can cut it to fit if you need to do that kind of stuff. I got some potentiometers here. These are both 5K potentiometers. This is going to go into something called an Atari Punk console. Look that up if you're interested. I'll be providing more information on that. These are both 500K ohm potentiometers. One of them is for the Atari Punk console, is another proto board. The other is for another proto board. The other is for the adjustable power supply. Here are a bunch of loose capacitors, both electrolytic and ceramic. More capacitors and some IC sockets. And what is this? A couple transistors. Silicon rectifier diodes. These are influential to the adjustable power supply. These are 1,000 microfarad capacitors, electrolytic capacitors. And then the last two items, two of my favorite tools. I love these particular screwdrivers. The Exolite screwdriver. These guys are great. If you don't have one of these, I highly recommend you get one. Just a standard screwdriver. This is a Phillips #1. This is the X101. I'll post a link in the description. These are on Amazon. I highly recommend them. And then Exolite diagonal or angle cutters, the flat angle cutters. The reason I only have one of these, and I'm like hands-on with these things constantly. So I'm going to redo my pegboard situation really fast so that I can bring over a tool caddy.
Check this out.
I really like this. So I'll figure out some kind of drawer system where I can like vertically sort these, and then I'll put that in my. Eventually, this bookshelf behind me is gonna house another desk where I'll keep my electronics and my radios and stuff like that, and it will kind of take over that whole space, the vertical slice of the shelving. That should all happen relatively soon, particularly now that I have a little bit more time on my hands. I'm pretty excited about that. So I guess don't take this as a going away or an ending, because it's not. It's just I need some of my days back and my nights. I think that's gonna yield me being a more interesting person as I get some time back to explore these hobbies and get my just everything sorted out around me. It's like sometimes I'm just a passenger almost. So that's good. This is good. It's not forever, and I'll probably end up vlogging again in the future, but actually I'm just not gonna do dailies, right? Let's be specific. I still might post a vlog now and then, but we're gonna leave it at that. All right, guys. Question of the day. What is the most interesting thing you learned over the last year? Not related to me or anything, just the most interesting thing you learned. And I don't mean like, oh, that's funny, a little throwaway tidbit that you got in a Reader's Digest. I mean like you studied and you learned and you have a skill now, or a better understanding of something that you didn't before. Could be finishing up your school or some class you took. Yeah, I'd like to know. All right, that will do it for today, guys. Got a lot going on this weekend, and we're gonna go through all that. And what am I doing? Looks like somebody's calling me. Yeah, that'll do it. All right, guys, take it easy. See ya.